Okay. What up, Kit? What up? I think I got it the one time. I'm gonna call you Kaiziumed. Kaiziumed. Yeah. So we got Squig. Squig happened. That was fun. It was good to get. Re-glue that guy's magnet. What up, Shammy? Maybe, yeah. Okay. Good to. Ooh, these cards, though. Ooh, these cards. Alright, I need to remove that. The frickin' red shimmer. I love it. There's so many, too, compared to the Thousand Sun box. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was the art from the old codex. They just lowered the saturation in the background, because this used to be the brightest of reds right here. Yeah, this is good, though. So things we got to do today, we're going to take a look through some of the cards, and we're going to try to construct some ideas. I watched a game. I finally watched a game of someone properly playing Thousand Suns in castle format. Something I wasn't doing. And I think I like the idea a bit better than what I was running. Sadly, I actually have this really cool idea now for friggin' unit blocking that I didn't have before. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I do that. Maybe I have that as an option. I love my Enlightened Archer Assassination Bomb, but I just realized another fun thing that I can do with that, so. I don't want to show you guys my code. I haven't put the code in yet. Where's the code? It's at the back. Okay. Oh, this is classic, actually. This used to be only grayscale. I guess they just put a color over top of it. Lore that I don't care about. Ooh, Mauler Fiends and Forge Fiends. So much lore. Good showcasey stuff. Here we are. No. Wait, is this the combat? Oh, they have the combat patrol in here? Okay. Deceptors. The big renegade raiders. So oddly, I pretty much don't need this. Like, having the book on hand, useful. But these are pretty much just shrunk down printed cards. There's really no big changes here. There's my boy. Yeah. The attack against targets a flying unit. This might actually allow me to take the autocannon instead of the flamer, just because this helps the autocannon as well. Makes it a 2+ to hit autocannon. Which is pretty pog for 36-inch range. My Forge Fiend upgrade for hazardous, so I don't necessarily need that for info. The cards, though. Cards would probably be super useful. Let me get some stuff together, because we do need to fix my Forge Fiends today. That'd be really good. Because, yeah, all my test games over the weekend, I got shellacked. The list I was running was very close to a competitive list I have seen used many times, but I didn't like using it. Hindsight 2020, I've pretty much figured out all the moments where I was like, oh, I should probably have, you know, actually stayed in. I should have maybe not fleed in this moment. I should have adjusted this squad to block. Like, there were so many moments of just like, oh, that sucks. But it's because I do agree I go early with my army. I can't help myself. But I literally, after I lost Friday and Saturday in my test games, I watched someone play proper Castle Zinch. And after seeing it, I was like, that is so much closer to a list I would actually want to run. So much closer. But yeah, the issue here with the Forge Fiends is this. So I have a main magnet and 2 small magnets. And the idea is that on this side, you put the small magnets kind of, since they're on the top here, you put them on the bottom on the gun. That way that when you put the guns together, the small magnets sort of hold it, but like, as you can see, not the case. So we need to try to figure out a mechanical way to fix this. Because these guys are going to be heavily used. That's the whole point of the warp smiths. The high potential of needing 2 warp smiths for this. But let's pull out some cards. Army rules. Oh, they have the combat patrol stuff in here too. Cool. Wait, do they not have... Okay, so Vashdor. The key one we need to look at. Sorcerer is important. Sorcerer and Terminator armor also important. Technically, the Demon Princes could be important, but I kind of don't think I like them at all. He gives people benefit of cover. That's kind of meaningless. Or maybe not, because a lot of these vehicles have 3+ saves. And I feel like... ensuring that they have benefit of cover when they're in the open is a good thing, but because they are tanks, if I could position them well, they will always have cover. Maybe I don't have to worry about it. What about the winged guy? Each time this model ends a charge, select one enemy unit with an engagement range of it, roll 1d6 for each model's remaining wounds. For each 4+, it's immortal. That's actually huge. I could see using my flying Demon Prince. Maybe. Alright, Warpsmith. Beautiful. This is the, this is our general rule, right? Yeah, Dark Packs. Dark Apostle. Don't need to worry about that. I'm going to pull Legionaries just because I could run my Thousand Sons as Legionaries if I wanted to go that route. Cultist Mob. We don't have the models yet. But I do think we will eventually get them. Felgor Beastman, which we will use Zangors for. Terminator Squad is an option. When most people go Chosen, they're going Chosen for melee, right? It makes it just not a good idea to run them for what I'm thinking of running them for. I have access to Chaos Spawn. Wait, what the hell is this? That's funny as hell, dude. Check us out. Raptors. You got your Raptor card. You got the info on the back for alterations and everything. Warp Talons. Huh, I wonder what alteration... No. No. No alterations. Oh, Hellbrute. Yep. We take the Hellbrute. No one likes Obliterators anymore because their melter range is not great. Helldrake. Okay, so my thing is the Venom Crawler. I might need a Venom Crawler. I don't know. It depends on how many points we have left over, because I still need units on the field that can do stuff. I don't have any Mauler Fiends. I could probably run my Mutalith Vortex Beasts as Mauler Fiends. And then Forge Fiends. We have a Rhino. I thought we would have... Yeah, we don't. I thought we would have had the other detachment rules in here, but we only have the army rule. Which, as we know, Dark Pact, just lethal hits or sustained hits when you trigger the Dark Pact. If you fail, D3 mortal wounds. And that's it. That means we have to kind of pull this out. Dread Talons, nice. Fellhammer, Siege Host, nice. Packbound Zealots, they're the return of the Index. Chaos Cult, here we are. So, Soul Forged Warp Pact. I'm going to turn a couple of these lights off so you don't get as much reflection. So yeah, +1 to the wound rolls for ranged attacks, +2 to the attack characteristics if I'm going melee, and that's what I want to do. You only pick one of them, and you subtract 1 from your leadership. There was a thing here which you're supposed to give your Warpsmith that makes your Forge Fiends ridiculous. Each time a Heretic Astartes Demon Vehicle unit from your army invokes a contract while within 3 inches of the bearer, it suffers 1 or more mortal wounds as a result of a Dark Pact. Add 1 to the number of mortal wounds. Until the end of the phase, each time a model on that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. Yep. Tempting addendum. That 100% goes on one of my Warpsmiths. The other Warpsmith might get Invigorated Mechandrels for the 4-inch movement, because that'll allow him to actually keep up with the other Forge Fiend if he's going to follow that one around. Soul Harvester. While the bearer is on the battlefield, each time an enemy unit within 12 inches of the bearer is destroyed, roll 1d6. On a 5+, you gain a CP. So that's kind of close range. Models only. In your command phase, select one friendly Heretic Astartes vehicle within 12 inches of this bearer until the start of your next command phase. That unit has the Feels No Pain 6+. That could also be good. So, we definitely need a back line. I'm thinking we're going to have a front line. I just don't know what that front line is going to be. It could be a bunch of Terminators with a Terminator Sorcerer Lord in the squad, and then Hellbrutes with it. And then if you go the Hellbrute direction, you can either do this to give the Hellbrutes Feel No Pain 6, which this sucks, in my opinion. That's not great. I would probably much rather prefer this, and then to try to keep the Terminators within range of the Hellbrutes killing things for the CP. But it's on a 5+. It makes both of these so meaningless feeling. The only things that really seem to matter here is this, because these are consistent. Having to roll a 5+ for an extra CP or having to get a Feel No Pain 6 just feels bad, man. Your shooting phase, fight phase. So the leaks are pretty much all as we expected because they were straight up photos of the book. They're right. I'd also like to point out that we are finally seeing the detachment rules. This is page for the Vashtor stuff, 100. This is why I don't like codexes. I mean, I don't really care about lore. I just want the info. Oh yeah, Arturo. I picked the codex up today, and now we're trying to fix my Forge Fiends, and we're trying to think of list building. Are there points values in here? I should probably put the... I should probably put... Yeah, there are points values. No, these are rolling on stuff. So Desperate Pledge, as we figured, until the end phase, if your unit invokes a contract, each time it makes an attack, improve armor pen characteristics of 1. That's kind of good. I don't know on what, though. Maybe the Helldrake. Because if the Helldrake is using its Flamer, there could be a moment, because it is 2 damage per, it's just bad AP. But I could spend a point and then Bale Flame. Thing is, that feels really thirsty for how many points you need, because the main one for this is to actually make it go through walls because of the whole 20-inch movement. It does have hover, thank God. That's hyper useful. This is probably also super useful for Venom Crawlers. 1 Heretic Astartes Demon Vehicle unit from your army, excluding Titanic units, which I think that's what, the Lord of Skulls, and that's about it. Until the end of the phase, if your unit invokes its contract, each time it makes an attack that destroys an enemy model, roll 1d6 on a 5+. So this is the melee Hellsteel, potential Hellsteel. 1 Heretic Astartes Vehicle unit from your army, excluding demon units. This is the make a unit a demon, the make the tank a demon ability. All of this is 1 CP. That's good. Don't really need to worry too much beyond that. 1 Heretic Astartes Vehicle unit from your army. This is my movement or charge phase. At the end of your phase, each time this unit makes a normal advance or charge, it can move horizontally. So yeah, 1 command point, pick 1 vehicle. The big one is the Helldrake, as we were talking about, because that's 20 inches just going through walls with huge damage potential output. Specifically against flying units. Against flying units, that thing will just murder. 1 Heretic Astartes Vehicle unit from your army that is within 9 inches of the enemy unit and not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. Your unit can make a normal move of up to 6 inches, but must end that move as close as possible to that enemy unit. This is a fun one. This is a 1 CP reactive, but the reactive makes you go to the person. The issue is it's a normal move. This would be amazing if it was just make a move, right? Because you could then move into an opponent, like into an actual enemy model unit or whatever, and then if they're within 6 inches, you now have them in place, like you're holding them. The question is, I guess, oh, is it raining now? Oh, yeah, it's starting to rain. The question is whether or not this full sequence can also include Overwatch, because this is immediately after an enemy squad moves within 9. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing no. The idea would be for 2 CP total, you 1 CP to move the model 6 inches, allowing you to like pop around a wall or something with, let's say, a Hellbrute with 2 heavy flamers. And then you spend another CP to then Overwatch. But this says immediately after an enemy unit ends its move within 9. Let me look at... Oh, I think I also found a way to show off my units and squads on my shelf. My buddy has it at his house, and I was wondering what the hell he had them for, and then I realized. I don't know if you guys have ever seen shoe cases, basically clear acrylic cases meant to show off shoes. Dude, they're perfectly sized for models and minis, and you can put like little shelves in there if your minis are small enough to then have like 2 layers within the shoe case. And for like 40 bucks, you can get 10 of these things that fit large shoes. So you'll fit like most of your army in them. And I'm going to be stacking them on my shelving over here. It's going to be great. Let me take a look at core rules. Core concepts. Where the hell are the stratagems? Data sheets and abilities? No. Let me just look up Overwatch. Screw it. Fire Overwatch. When your opponent's movement or charge phase just after an enemy unit is set up, or when an enemy unit starts or ends a normal move. I'm going to go ahead and say that wording-wise, this most likely means you have to pick. Because using the ability just as they end, and then doing your action means, in my opinion, that you're now past that part, right? Like, you have now began or ended a normal move. It's no longer your opponent, so... Moving 6 and then catching someone with Overwatch, unless it's actually clarified by GW or a TO, I'm guessing that just doesn't work. But that makes me wonder, anyone have any ideas for that? Because you have to end your move 6 inches closer. I think it might be for body blocking, is my guess. Let me show what I'm talking about. And then I can also show you an idea I have, guys, for my 1,000 Suns list. But before then, let me grab this guy. So on the front line, I might have like Terminators, right? Or let's say we've got like a Warp Smith and he's like chilling with a Hellbrute or something. And then an enemy unit pulls up in a way where like it's not hard to charge from their location to here, right? And this will probably be exacerbated further back or something, right? If I'm like, all right, this guy can't die. I need this guy. This could be Vashdor. This could be anyone from that concept. I spend the command point, boom. Where are you going? What are you doing? Now, not only, like, if you're going to roll the charge, the way this is going to work is if you still want this unit, you have to declare this unit. You now have to factor in the 1-inch aura around my Hellbrute that you cannot enter when you're doing this, to my understanding. Let me look up charge moves, see if you can pass by people's ranges, because that's kind of important. You can do that sometimes. Charge. Charging. Move made in the charge phase is part of a successful charge. Charge distance. Result of the dice rolls. This is referred to declaring a charge. When a player declares a charge with a unit, that unit is said to be declaring a charge. A charging unit. A unit that has declared a charge is a charging unit. Charging over terrain features with flying models. Same thing as basically flying. Has charged. If a unit makes a charge move in a turn. Has been charged. Charge bonus. So none of that helps me. Closest oh, these are rules commentaries. Charging with a unit. So charge phase. Select eligible unit, select target. Make roll, make charge move, repeat. Once you've selected an eligible unit to declare a charge, you must select one or more enemy units, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. Charge roll 2d6. Targets of a charge must be within 12. If the distance rolled is insufficient, to be within engagement range. So something I've actually learned, I don't know if you 40k players, let me turn these lights back on so you can see stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Something I found out for you 40k players, which is weird. I think, do you have to move the full distance for the charge that you roll? Is insufficient to move within engagement range. Cannot move within engagement range. If the charge is successful, each model makes a charge move less than or equal to the charge roll and must move into base to base. So must move if possible. That's key. Okay. So I got screwed by this a few times because there's ways to get rolls. Well, it's not like you're controlling it. Okay. But there's ways to get rolls where, let's say, you declare you want this guy, and you find out that this is like just under 5 inches, so 4 inches would work to get you into engagement range. But you kind of want to like tinker with some things. So let's say you roll that 4, it gets you with an engagement, right? The thing is, you're not in base to base. And base to base is the only thing that locks a model into combat. And according to the rules, if you're going to pile in, you do need to end closer to the model that you are trying to fight. But this can be fun. For instance, you can technically measure 3 inches, and this screwed me over in both games, by the way, everyone. You can measure 3 inches to get you around to being in base to base there and pulling your squad into combat with something else nearby. Now, even if that's not the case, like if you actually roll 5 and then you have to base, you can at least push yourself like a little bit that way and then have models behind you that then further wrap. But if you don't make it fully into combat with the squad, the whole squad can basically like 3-inch shift around, which, oh my god, when those are Death Guard Terminators doing that and they pull like 2 of your other squads into combat, it hurts so much. Oh, also, the idea that I'm now having in my head for my Thousand Suns castle mode is a body block assassination unit of Zangor enlightened with bows and a shaman. Because I'm starting to see the power of screening, and I'm having too many issues with people who have a lot of transport vehicles. So a fun thing I was thinking of doing was taking a 6-man squad of Zangor enlightened with bows, a shaman with the Umbralific Crystal, putting them on the field, and in turn 1, if I get initiative, which I never want to go first on Thousand Suns. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I keep going first on them. It is super obnoxious. But this would allow me to do fun stuff if I go first. I'd be able to pick the full squad up right away, land them 9 inches, hopefully out of Overwatch like vision of something. I just drop them like real close to the enemy's front line on maybe one of the sides of the field where I want to block people, or maybe I can block a lot of stuff. Because what you're supposed to do in this situation is your squad is now landed at the end of the move phase. Top of the shooting phase, the shaman targets itself with temporal shift. Now you have a squad that can move 11 inches to move up and spread out in front of a pathway for the vehicles that your opponent has to go down to try to get to the enemy. So now you have a squad that's blocking in the bulk of the force that the enemy has for turn 1. And if that squad has vision on a leader unit, that's a precision squad. That squad's going to try to kill your leader. Not only with bows and arrows, but potentially with a, if it's like a lone op somewhere, potentially with Doombolt as well. So now you have this super threatening, I'm going to kill that leader, and then I see that leader in that squad over there, I'm going to take 12 shots lethal, hitting on 3s, good AP, good damage, into that squad to try to kill your leader specifically. Like, I think I want to do it. I think that's a core because it's a really gimmicky, like, 100 points. It's so fun sounding. Doesn't work against flying units, but that's still a pretty good mechanics unit to be able to just pick it up and move it somewhere. I like it. I have to determine things in my head, though, because my list that I started building after the game turned into a brick of Flamers with Ahriman, a brick of 10 Terminators with a Terminator Sorcerer Lord, and then I was thinking of, like, another brick of Flamers with an Exalted Shot, or an Exalted Sorcerer, and then that's, like, the entirety of the army. Which, that's insane. What's up, Chase? Welcome in. Welcome in. So I'm gonna put this codex in my app before I forget. And then we're gonna try to fix some of these Forge Fiends. And then we will attempt to make a list today for Vashdor. Because Vashdor's not here till supposedly tomorrow. Profile. View subscriptions. No. Battleforge? Add. Warhammer. I don't know. User preferences. No. Privacy report. No, no. Okay, how the hell do I add a codex to here? Delete. Chaos Space Marines. What the hell? Wait, did they mess stuff up here? Why do I have access? Oh wait, no, maybe no, I do. Why do I have access to the Chaos Codex without having to put in the info? What's happening? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, either way, we need to do a couple gluing functions here. How are they tracking me? Are they in the walls? Okay, so there is kind of an issue here. I assumed that you could just straight up So if we wanted to do something, I could clip that and just glue it on the other side, but that would also look kind of bad. The reality here is we probably just need to get something that can build outward and upward. Or, actually I have an idea. Smaller magnets. Dude, they're watching my house. No. I like my Rhino. It's been forever since I've used a Rhino in any situation. I think I had one back in 5th edition that I never used because everything was so expensive in my army that by the time it got to the point where I was like, hey, let me pick a transport. No, we're not picking a transport. Too expensive. So, I don't know. The idea... Maybe these are too big. Oh, no, that sucks. The inside of the tread is short. The outside of the tread is long. Making the outside of the tread ideal for these magnet sizes. The inside of the tread, though, would be ideal for these smaller magnets. The smallest of small. The issue is that these are supposed to be for my knights. How many? And I think I might be okay. No, I might not be. I have to have a different thing of magnets. Oh, I do. Saved by the box that I purchased. Yep. So the idea is we glue these magnets on like maybe 3 of these spots on each side. Speaking of which, there is a $200 box that I'm looking at for carrying an army around. It would be enough to carry everything in my 1,000 Suns to something, including like Magnus and everything, which is huge. Currently, I have to carry him in like a giant, ridiculous box. I feel like Hellbrutes are valid in Chaos Space Marines. A lot of people use them as aura monkeys because of the whole double pact thing. I feel like they're more generally valid. I get why people prefer Venom Crawlers. I mean, Venom Crawlers move insanely fast, have incredible anti-infantry potential. No. Oh no. Alright, we gotta put magnets in the bottom of the warpsmith's bases. Six magnets. Hopefully it holds it down enough on a magnetic sheet that it's not an issue. Just flip that to its side so it can dry. I mean, my thought... Oh, thank you. I love the green glow. Thoughts on Emperor's Children Index? I mean, it's what I expected. They weren't going to give us a detachment. They're waiting for the actual release of the codex eventually. It's just a holdover. Literally everyone... Well, not literally. Probably the wrong word. Everyone complaining about it because it's not its own detachment. I think they're focusing on the wrong thing. They're focusing on it being like, oh, well, where's the rest of our units? Can we get more stuff? Maybe they could add the cacophony to... It's like, look, calm down. Calm down. Let's focus on the one good thing here. Games Workshop has basically verified to us that an actual Emperor's Children Codex will be out. Most likely this edition. Probably near the end, like a lot of people are thinking. But outside of that, to my understanding, the rules and everything in the index, which we can pull up here, it's not really that different, right? It's what they used to be. The main issue is you have to make Lucius your army lead in order to get the benefit of Noise Marines being battle line, but it doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to go all Noise Marines, then yeah, it probably matters. But outside of that, you can still take Noise Marines, to my understanding. They're still on the army rule list for allies, right? Or no? Yeah, they're right there. Noise Marines, Emperor's Children. You can still take them. Not that big of an issue. Oh, hang on, phone call. Ugh, weird. What's up, Goblin? Emperor's Children. Yeah, like, we don't really get anything else, right? So when mustering, you can be Emperor's Children as your army faction. If you are Emperor's Children, he has to be that. They all gain Heretic Astartes, so you're still just Heretic Astartes. It's just like being regular Space Marine. Your army faction is considered Heretic Astartes. In the select detachment rule, you can select the detachment codex. Select Pathbound Zealot detachment each time you select a keyword. Yeah, like it's nothing. Like technically, if I had Lucius and a bunch of Noise Marines, I could Vashdor list as an Emperor's Children list. It doesn't really matter, I think. The only limitation is on your Demon Prince, which isn't actually a bad thing. Slanesh Mark on a Demon Prince is really good. 2 inches extra movement, huge. Huge, especially winged. And then the Slanesh Mark is just great in general. Lucius the Eternal, he can lead Legionaries and Noise Marines. Each time this model is destroyed by an attack, unit must take a leadership test. If the test is passed, the enemy unit suffers D3s. If that test is failed, the enemy unit suffers D6. If a mortal wound inflicted in this way destroys an enemy unit, set this model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range of any enemy models with D3 wounds remaining. Literally, you run him into like a fodder squad when he's about to die. I love it. The Index or the Codex? The Index is whatever. The Index doesn't matter. It's Noise Marine units and Lucius. There's no benefit for being Emperor's Children as a faction keyword. It's just, okay, so their faction keyword here is Emperor's Children. When you go this route, the Emperor's Children get... how would this work? Does he have to be your warlord? If this model is your warlord Noise Marine units, he doesn't have to be your warlord. So, downside, Lucius the Eternal and Noise Marine units gain. Your army must include Lucius the Eternal, and that model must be your warlord. Oh. Oh, okay. So this is mostly to prevent you from taking Lucius and like not doing this. You have to take Lucius as your warlord here. Like it won't let you not, because technically if you don't take him as your warlord, this is like a really finagly way of doing this. So you're gonna basically say, hey, I'm going to go Emperor's Children, and then because of how this index works, Lucius has to be my leader, and now that means Noise Marines can be battle line, and are now both Heretic Astartes without being allied, what it looks like, so you don't have to worry about the 500 point limit anymore for the Noise Marines. You still have access to the Dark Pack function, which I'm guessing, like, this is just a holdover. It's probably going to go away when this codex actually drops, because they'll probably just give you, you know, Emperor's Children detachments. But this is a way where if you don't want Lucius as your warlord, then you're limited to 500 points of Noise Marines, and those guys can't be battle line. And that's it. That's just the difference. That's all it is. It's a band-aid. It's a band-aid. I did glue both of these, right? Him. Good. Good. So what, okay, so the main thing we need to do is we still have to figure these guys out, which I kind of hate. Although these magnets might actually end up helping here. Maybe. We're going to try this on one of these arms. Just one so far. Might have to go get my pliers. Nope, we're good. So yeah, the current method is the 2 small, 1 large. We will set aside. Grab a plasma cannon. Now, the trick here is that I think we technically only need to remove the little guys from this. Because what we're actually managed to pull off with this setup is we've got a flat surface we can work with now. We just need this surface to be able to go as far over as possible. So I'm interested because the flavor is there. The flavor is still there for the AOS factions, so that's good. That's really good. I couldn't be happier for that concept. The question is, I'm just hyped up at this point. Disciples of Tzeentch, I need to see what it is, right? Like, is it going to still be like the BS of the old Disciples of Tzeentch, where it's just, oh, you get some fate dice and a summoning table. There's really nothing big or extra. Actually, technically, there's two things, right? Thing one, are they going to up the flavor of Disciples of Tzeentch? Yay or nay? Right? Because that's the hope. If they don't, then the other option, the other thing to think about, this is actually going to be a lot harder than I thought. The other thing to think about is this is actually kind of annoying. I wonder if I can get away with one up top and then two below. We'll try that first. What does the wizard level mean? What does it translate to for the army? Like, what does that genuinely mean for me casting spells? Because currently in AOS, it is the most annoying thing when the wizard-focused army is unable to perform. Let me double-check something here. So not this side, it's the other side that connects. All right. So we have to put this top side dead center. About. But yeah, it was the most obnoxious thing playing AOS, knowing that my army is the wizard army, and then watching armies that were like barely magical just outright ruin all of my plans. Thinking, oh, I can do stuff, and then all of a sudden, like, one army has a priest, and that priest just rocks my shit, because I can't do anything to stop it, and a lot of its abilities are like, oh, if a wizard casts a spell, just priest it to death. Just priest it to death. Just end its existence. Put it out of its misery. I hated that. I hate that so much. And seeing that wizard levels are back should hopefully mean that my disciple wizards can stand against other armies that have just general wizards. Like, I'm hoping the disciple wizards are all like 1 or 2 levels higher than almost every wizard in the game that's like more common. I understand being like, oh god, it's Nagash. Like, right? Like, oh god, it's a thing that's made of magic. Maybe my wizarding isn't going to be strong enough. But I do also feel like in its current state, the way things are, not good. Not really that good right now. So yeah, key things. Does my faction get more flavor than what it currently has? A. And B, do my wizards feel more powerful and less gimmicky? We can achieve those things. I will be so stupidly happy. I mean, we all know the top 2, right? We all know the top 2. Especially for the current meta. Like, the thing is, the top detachments will probably change as more missions come out over time. Since I think they showed off some of the cards for the new season, and those cards focus a lot on battle line. I'm playing Vashdor, as you can probably tell. Right? But when the new cards come out, I'm hoping to have my list set up to still work in the new setup with the battle line missions. But Renegade Raiders, top tier. Always. Anytime you apply assault to anything, yeah, it's top tier. Like, it's just how it is. I haven't really looked at the individual. Well, I kind of want to build these guys. So, introduction, veterans. So, veterans of the Long War. At the start of your command phase, select 1 unit from your opponent's army to be the focus of hatred until the start of your next command phase. Each time a heretic Astartes model from your army, excluding damned models. So this is about Marines and not like weird cultisty dudes. Make an attack that target your focus of hatred. You can reroll the hit roll. It's rerolls, which is fantastic. It's really good. It's definitely really good. War Master's Gift. Each time the bearer makes an attack, targets your focus of hatred. Ooh. The bearer, not the squad. So you need a really good War Master for the 5+ crit rolls. Heretic Astartes model, only excluding damned. The bearer's unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in the turn in which it fell back. While doing so, each time a model in that unit makes an attack that targets your focus of hatred, add 1 to... Ooh, goddamn, eager for vengeance. There's your... What would this be? This would be your possessed? Excluding damned models. Is possessed damned now? Scrolling. Master of Possessions isn't damned, but he also can't lead a damned squad, right? That's one of the big things now. Where's possessed? Possessed. Possessed are demon, possessed chaos. So, okay, yeah. Perfect. Basically, you give whatever can lead the possessed, or chosen, maybe. Eager for vengeance. That's solid. Eye of Abaddon. Or you can probably give it to your Terminators. Eye of Abaddon. While the bearer is on the battlefield, each time you focus, hatred is destroyed. Roll 1d6. It's not bad for 1 CP potential. I hate that you have to roll a 4+ for it, though. Model only. I get the CP super good, though. Once per turn, you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, or 1 saving throw. That's actually freaking amazing. No, yeah. Well, the Vastor stuff won't interact with the Brigands, but yeah, Brigands can just sit on things. Nurglings would be great. The thing is, I personally have no Nurglings on hand. I don't really plan on buying any. But I do actually think that Blue Horrors serve a really good spot as well. They're just a bit more expensive. Take a look at these. So, oh, they have a 2 CP. Jesus. Select one enemy unit within 12 inches invisible to your unit. Till the start of your next command phase, that enemy is... Oh, so you can double your hatred. Nice! That is actually brutal. Till the end of your phase, each time an attack targets your unit, worsens. So that's just... Yeah, that's contempt. It's AOC. Till the end of the phase, your unit has a fight's first ability. That's pretty good, actually. That's really good. It's just... Oh, it's 2 CP. Okay. That's about right. That's about right. Till the end of your turn, your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it advanced or fell back. And bolt pistols, bolt guns, combi, bolters by model have dev wounds. Unit has not already inflicted 6 wounds this turn using this ability. No, yeah, because you buy 1 Nurgling box, and then you buy a bunch of bases. And then you have, what, it's 3 squads of 3 or something? Because you just split the little layers up. One Heretic Astartes infantry, Heretic Astartes mounted unit from your army, excluding damned. Infantry or mounted. That's not bad. It was within 9 inches of any unit, not within engagement. Oh, you just move. When is it? Your opponent's movement phase. Just out. Oh, so this is reactive. Wait, no. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move. 1 Heretic Astartes infantry or Heretic Astartes model. That is, 9 inches. Yeah, they get a reactive. Deceptors, the Alpha Legion one. Declare battle formation step. You can select a number of legionary and cultist mob units from your army until the end of the battle. Those units and any character or units attached have infiltrators. This is actually good-ish. It is good-ish because you can get, since you're mostly playing strike forces, you can do 3 legionary and 3 cultist mob units with infiltrators and just start on the field. It's kind of rough though because you don't always want to start close to things. Which sucks. No, yeah. The thing is, I don't play Death Guard. I just don't. I am Thousand Suns through and through, except for Chaos Knights. And Gene Stealer Cult. Falsehoods. Chaos Lord model only. Clear battle formation step. You can set up bear in reserve instead of setting it up on the battlefield. If you do, the reinforcement step of your movement phase, you can select 1 model and a friendly. Selected model is destroy. What? If you do in the reinforcement, Chaos Lord model only. In the declare battle formation step, you can set up the bearer of set the bearer up in reserve instead of setting it up on the battlefield. If you do in the reinforcement step of your movement phase, you can select 1 model and a friendly legionary or chosen battle squad. The selected model is destroyed. Okay, I love this, but it's also really bad. And the bear is set up as close as possible where the model was destroyed and only within engagement range of any enemies if the destroyed model was within engagement range of those enemies. The bear now attaches to that unit as its leader. That's fun, but holy crap, that's also kind of bad. Yeah, that's the other thing. Infiltration rules are bad because they fight each other. That's the big issue. That's why I actually really like Blue Horrors, because Blue Horrors have infiltrate just like the little Nurglings do. So you can basically put a 10-man unit on the field and spread it out, and now your Deceptors do not have as much potential to take over the entirety of the field. Now, granted, you're not getting everything, which means I'm going to force you into a pocket in the middle of the field that you're going to put your stuff in to then stop me from building the whole wall, because I usually have 2 squads of Blue Horrors, which can cover most of the map. And then that just brings you to a point where you're just situationally screwed. Like, now you have all these infiltrators and just nowhere to go. Infantry model only. Improve the armor pen characteristics of the bear's melee weapon by 1 and give it precision. That could be good. Build an assassination unit. Although it's infantry, though. That would have been really... Wait. Are raptors considered infantry? Raptors are considered infantry, right? So you would bust out like a jump pack lord, give him this, and just start hunting for enemy leaders. The bearer has the stealth and lone operative ability. Now, the issue here is it's the bearer, which means you can make a leader stealth with lone operative, and then that's it. Like, hopefully he's good doing what he's doing. Because you'll probably want him to have deep strike too, which usually means you're giving it to like a Terminator Lord, which is weird to just have a Terminator Lord kind of show up and be like, hey, how's it going? You can't see me. I'm going to hang out over here and do mission actions or some BS. It's a lot of points. The start of your command phase, you can select one other Heretic Astartes infantry character model from your army, excluding epic heroes. Until the start of your next command phase, the bearer gains the Psyker keyword and replaces the bearer's datasheet ability with the datasheet abilities of the character you... That could be cool. It could be cool. It's weird, though. It's a weird one. It depends on what you're aiming to do, I guess. Your opponent does not roll to determine whether mortal wounds are inflicted by their model's deadly demise ability. Instead, mortal wounds are automatically inflicted. Holy crap. So the way I would build this is I would get that lone op unit like chilling somewhere, and then I'd try to keep him within 18 inches of, like, let's say venom crawlers. What's the biggest deadly demise that they have that this army has access to? D3 for those. I'm guessing D6 for Lord of Skulls, maybe. What would a D6er be? Demon Princes are D3. It's got to be a Lord of Skulls. Because you can't do Titanic models. Oh, after an enemy model. I was reading that wrong. Oh, that's a... I was kind of hoping you would just, you know, line the front with frickin' Hellbrutes and Venom Crawlers and have a hero nearby that you could just force explosions from. One Heretic Astartes unit from your army until the end of the phase. Add 1 to the charge rolls made for your unit for each other Heretic Astartes unit from your army, up to 3. That's pretty big. Actually. That's huge. So this army is very heavy in the pocket of wanting to charge. Like right away. Very heavy in the pocket. The main thing I hate though about the whole infiltrate being given to legionaries or cultist mobs is it feels kind of weak, because what you would actually want is rhinos to be able to be infiltrated with them, but you can't do that. You can only get scout on rhinos. And can cultists go in rhinos? I think they can, right? I know Felgor can. No, yeah, you have to declare it at the beginning, which means if you stack properly, like let's say you have a squad that's like 3 inches for a charge, then you have a squad that's like 5 inches for a charge, and then you have a squad that's 9 inches for a charge. Perfect. Perfect. You pop it and you just go. You get your little 3-inch charge, and then your 5-inch charge is basically almost guaranteed. Because it's in sequence. Technically, the way you charge is you pick the first thing to charge, roll the dice, and then go. So you just pick the closest and you just go upward from there. It's not bad. I like the idea of it. It's good. It's a good in concept situation. 1 Heretic Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit that is below its starting strength, that's good. You can re-roll the hit roll. If it's below half, you can re-roll the wound roll. Pick them off is massive. That's actually massive. That's a big one. Especially for large units into large units. That is huge. Your movement phase just after a Heretic Astartes unit from your army falls back. The unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. Big, because it's 1 command point, and even if you're like, oh yeah, I can shoot, the reality is, maybe you don't want to shoot with that squad. Maybe it's like 4 people, and the shooting is not going to matter, but they now fell back to, let's say, a spot to deploy teleport homers. You've now deployed your teleport homers. Like, that's actually really good. For 1 command point, being able to dick around and do a mission is nice, actually. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal, advance, or fallback move. Is this another reactive? Dude, there's so many chaos reactive moves. This is 2 factions so far with reactive. I know Vashtor has a reactive. The thing is, Vashtor's is you have to end closer to the thing that moved. These are, you can just move. One Heretic Astartes unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, enemy units that are set up on the battlefield from reserves. Ooh, that's huge. Oh, it's opponents, though. So your opponent can get around this with rapid ingress. But it's still pretty strong. This is actually pretty good, like, into things like GSC, I guess, to a degree. Because, what is it? They have to get within, I want to say, what, 12 inches of my little icon that I put on the ground to bring a squad back? Or is it within 9? I think it's within 9, right? Either 12 or 9. But, like, this can push stuff back. Renegade Raiders, we already know they're top tier because they have Assault and AP1. We already talked about the fun concept with this army of taking like an allied force of Thousand Suns and a Rhino with them. That way you can rush the Rhino up the field, drop the friggin'... If somebody's on a point, you rush the Rhino up the field, you drop the squad of Flamer Thousand Suns out of the side, and then just open fire on whatever's on the point. Because then you get frickin' reroll all wounds, because they're Thousand Suns, that comes with them as Rubric Marines. And then you also get on 6s an additional AP1. God, that is... I want to see someone do that in a tournament. I want to watch a tournament where someone's playing Renegade Raiders with one giant allied brick of Thousand Sun Flamers in a Rhino. That's all I want. I want to see it happen. I'm just see them roll like 45 wound dice, re-roll everything, All 6s are AP 3. Anything not a 6 is AP 2. Oh, oh god, that's gonna be so wild to watch. The start of your command phase of the bear is on the battlefield. Roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result if your bear is wholly within 12 inches of your opponent deployment zone on a 5. That's big too. They have probably one of the best CP gain enhancements that I've seen. That is huge. You still have to roll for it, but like all the others are just like you have to kill specific things at specific times. This one's just be close to your enemy's deployment zone, which in an army where you're on bikes and jetpacks, yeah, you're probably gonna do that. It's probably not gonna be an issue. Model only. Each time a bear makes a melee attack, if the bear is wholly within 12 inches of your opponent's deployment zone, you can re-roll the hit roll, and you can you have to decide. You're gonna need like 2 Raptor Lords or something, one with Dread Reaver and one with Despot's Claim. Just get to your opponent's side and just start messing with people. Heretic Astartes models only. Models in the bearer's unit have Scout 6. Oh my, dude, this is so good. This is so stupidly good. Tyrant's Lash. Model only. You can re-roll advanced rolls made by the bearer's unit, and the bearer's unit is eligible to shoot. Why is all 4 of their enhancements God tier? What is happening? Oh, dude, like all of this. Are you kidding me? Everything here is, yo. The biggest issue with Renegade Raiders is that, like, you can only take 3 enhancements. Now, you'll probably always throw out Despot's Claim because that's a chance to get an extra CP. Too many things to start with to trigger it. So most Renegade Raiders armies are going to be literally Dread Reaver on something amazing that's going to get to the enemy side right away. Mark of the Hound for basically something that's like a Raptor squad, I feel like, right? Like you would scout the Raptor squad 6 inches if you don't want to just leave it in deep strike. Like, I don't know what else you would do. Like, bikes? No. Bikes are kind of meaningless to do with this. Honestly, in my head, I could see you taking a squad of Terminators and scouting the Terminators. But this also works where our Land Raiders aren't dedicated. It's only Rhinos. You would put this in a squad that's going to go in a Rhino, and then the Rhino gets the 6-inch scout, which is massive for Rhinos. Frickin' Tyrant's Lash with the oh my, dude. Oh my god. Renegade Raiders. So good. Unfailingly obdurate. This is where we look at their command points, and their command point stuff is just really bad, but it's not going to be the case. Opponent shooting phase. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack target. So this is just this is AOC. Fight phase. 1 Heretic Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to fight until the end of the phase. Oh, they gives them precision. The target is within range of an objective marker. It's okay. Limited use, but still really good. It makes you a little worried when you're on a point and they have something to get to you, because they could just wipe your leader out right away. Because to my understanding, this is still something that I'm trying to think about. So attacks are done per dice, right? Attacks are just done per dice. And somebody brought up this idea that if you have things like precision, right? What you can do, and how would I best put this? Okay, so in the Thousand Suns, this will never happen, but, well, it could. But an exalted sorcerer leading a squad of Rubric Marines gives that squad 4+ invulnerable. Now, if you rush into that squad and precision it, when you kill that exalted sorcerer with your precision attacks, my 4+ invulnerable is gone for every attack afterwards, to my understanding. From everything I've looked at, from everything I've read. So precision's actually big in some situations, because you have weird things that occur, like, let's say, and this has actually screwed over some GSC players I've seen. If somebody has an aberrant squad, and that aberrant squad has a biophagus, you you precision target the biophages, right? Kill the biophages. Now the aberrant squad loses its bodyguard bonus, so no longer is any of your attacks that's over the strength of the unit at -1 to wound. Which, I mean, if they're aberrants, whatever you are, unless you're huge on your strength value, probably doesn't matter. But like, let's say you're rushing in with a demon prince, right? And the demon, you trigger this for the aberrants that are on point. The demon prince now precisions at -1 to wound slowly. You want to roll this slowly, because even when you have a ton of attacks on a single profile, I think you still roll each attack dice separate. Because you can technically split them between squads. You would roll to the effect of killing the... you would roll to the effect of killing the biophages. The moment the biophagus is dead, you would then roll regular. It's burgundy, sir. They are burgundy and purple. Purple on the exterior armor, burgundy on the back. That's how I ended up liking them. I might pull up my my Helldrakes for you guys to see, because I'm running a Vastor list with a Helldrake. At least one. We need to see the points values. I might roll 2. I don't know. I don't want to roll 2. We might roll 2. If your unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches or up to 12 inches if it's mounted. Otherwise, you can make a fallback. You can make a fallback move. It cannot embark within transport at the end of this move if it is... Wait, it can't? No, okay. So this isn't as good as the cool one where it can get back in a vehicle. Oh, no, it actually is really good. It's kind of good. There's a limit to it. It says it can't embark if it disembarked that turn, so it's a second turn situation. I imagine... Okay. I imagine... There's the Helldrakes, but the thing is the Helldrake's actually good. If it was bad, I would say, hey... Wait, where are the points live? These are live from the 22nd. Or did they put them somewhere else? Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines. 15. Forge Fiend increased. Oh, and Vastor down. Neat. LM8. Wait, where's H? So Helldrake 205. So the thing is, you're telling me that that's bad. And yeah, most of what I'm looking at, I would point to and go, sure. Oh, what's up, Rax? First Rhino died. So yeah, that would be... Well, I think it's considered a disembarking if the first Rhino dies, right? Like, you're considered to have disembarked. Where's the book points in here? Points values. Eldrake. 205. Yeah. Forge Fiend's down. Yeah, so you'd have to get back in your turn, right? That's the whole thing. Which is good. It's good. Warp Charged Engines. Until the end of the phase, if your unit advances, do not make an advance roll. Instead, roll 6. And that literally limits nothing, making Warp Charged Engines just incredible. One Heretic Astartes unit from your army that disembarked from a transport turn has not been selected to shoot fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, if the target of that attack is within range of an objective marker, you can reroll hit rolls and reroll the wound rolls. Huge! That's why I'm also saying, well, so that's the thing. This is a 1 CP function. If you have a Rhino with the 1,000 Suns in it, like, you can just do that. You don't have to pay. You just reroll your wound rolls. Just passively. And here's the thing. Does everyone in the vehicle have to have the scout ability, or just one person? I'm trying to remember. Let me look it up. Core rules. I think it's everyone, right? Transports. If embarked in a dedicated transport, that dedicated transport can make this move instead. You don't need the full squad. Scout X, yeah, it's if some units have Scout X listed. If every model in a unit has this ability, then the start of the first battle round, before the first turn begins, it can make a normal move. As can any dedicated transport model, such a unit starts the battle embarked within, provided only models with this ability. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. Because that would be wild, right? Just taking one of the cheapest leaders you humanly can, giving them the scout enhancement, and then tossing them in a rhino with a full 10-man squad of rubrics, flamers. Just moving them up the field and being like, all right, come on over. Oh, dude, that would be nuts. Till the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. Yeah, so add 1 to the charge roll as well. Dude, they're so good. This is such a good list with so many good options. You could easily directionally build this army any way you want. And aren't bikers still just freaking broken as hell? Where's their card? They're such a good unit for getting missions done. Or at least they are now. We'll see if they still are. They probably still are, honestly. At each time a model in this... Oh, no, they aren't anymore. Okay. Because the old biker rule was uppy-downy, right? They got rid of it. We're looking at Renegade Raiders. They're so good, man. Renegade Raiders is so strong. Dread Talons. The one I would probably play if I had all jump pack troopers like I was originally thinking of going. In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if an enemy... Oh, Dread Talons. These are the ones that are frickin' battle shock based, which as any Chaos Knight player will tell you is not how you win games right now, apparently. No, yeah, they're fine. It's just you lose with the bikes, and they're tough. That's the thing. Bikes are tough. That's kind of what you want to use them for. But in the current system, or the prior system with them, it was the whole option of being like, oh, you left that side open, and I need to go to that point. Uppy downy. Like, that's all you do. Super easy. In the battle shock step, one or more heretic Astartes. That enemy unit must take a battle shock. What's cool is it forces full strength units to take battle shock, but that, it's still kind of whatever. Subtract 1 from the result, so they get the Dread Aura. Enemy units affected by this detachment rule do not need to take any other battle shock tests in the same phase. That is actually kind of shitty, because there's some allies that force battle shocks to trigger effects, right? So if you actually battle shock a unit, they don't need to take battle shock tests in the same... Oh, same phase. Wait, same enemy units... Wait, what? In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, an enemy at each time an enemy unit within 12 inches of one or more heritage starters unit from your army takes a battle shock test. So universally -1 leadership, battle shock test phase, command phase. Anything within 12 has to take battle shock regardless of starting, below starting or half. Enemy units affected by this detachment rule do not need to take any other battle shock tests in the same phase. So that's still the command. It's weird. It's just weird word salad jumbling. Chaos Lord models only, excluding Terminator models. Models in the Bearer's unit have stealth. Okay. Alright. Models only in the fight phase. After the Bearer has made its attack, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. That unit must take a battle shock. So there we are, battle shockies. Chaos Pack, or Jump Pack Chaos Lord. At the end of your opponent's turn, if the Bearer's unit is not fully within engagement range, you can remove the Bearer's unit from the battle. Oh, nice. An enhancement that just uppy downies a Raptor squad. That's good. That's pretty good. Models only at the start of your command phase. If the bearer is on the battlefield, yeah, I could see that. It's just kind of odd that it's enemies affected by this detachment rule do not. So the -1 still exists outside of command phase, but like I guess it's super limited, the things that force you to take battle shocks. Because you would take, like, if you could trigger multiple battle shocks in, like, let's say a fight phase by something for some reason, like, you'd only ever have to take one, because you only take one in the phase. What's up, Gold? We're just looking at the Dread Talons right now. We already went over the super powerful Renegade Raiders. The start of your command phase, if the bearer is on the battlefield, roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result for each battle shocked enemy unit on the battlefield. You gain... On a 5+, you gain 1 CP. So far, that's been, I think, the best command point gain roll in the entire thing, simply because it's related to things being battle shock, which means the more you trigger that, the better chance you have at getting an extra command point. Fight phase. When a hair starter unit that has not been selected until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit that is battle shocked and or below half strength, improve armor pen. That's nice. Fight phase, AP up. For each, but it requires the battle shock, which, okay. Each time, I feel like you need to bring units onto the field that force battle shocks outside of just the command phase to try to get to the fight phase by just slamming into things to trigger battle shocks to eventually get this AP +1, which that is not good. Each enemy unit within 12 inches invisible to this unit must take a battle shock test. During the fight phase, just after Heritage starts unit from your army destroys a character. That is super weak. That should be 0 CP if I'm being real. One Heretic Astartes infantry unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase until the end of your phase. Okay, so one of the main things that needs to happen here is in the change to the next season, they do need to make it so that if you fail a battle shock test, you have to then pass a battle shock test going forward to get out of battle shock. That has to be a thing, because right now this forces battle shocks on full strength units who then just get out in the next phase. Now technically, if you're still near them, they still are taking battle shocks consistently, so that's not that bad. But I don't know, it's one of those just weird things with battle shock, man. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit that is battle shocked and or below half strength, you can reroll hit and wounds. So that's all right. That's good. We have looked at Deceptors. Deceptors was the Alpha Legion. They have some fun stuff, but I do not see them being powerful. I love Soul Link as an idea, and I love Falsehood as an idea. Like, they're fun. They are really fun. They're flavorful. I love the idea of just being like, let me pay a command point. Now my leader is here. Like, that's just so crazy. Oh, they're fun. I have killed this unit. He is now Alfarius. Until the end of the battle phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack... Oh, we already did that. Movement phase, just after Astartes infantry. Until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to declare a charge and a turn in which it fell back. Good. Good. Oh, so here's the thing with Renegade. right? Ranged weapons equipped by Heretic Astartes models from your army have the assault ability, and each time a Heretic Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets a unit within range of an objective marker. So, did we not read... I guess they need a ranged attack, right? This is the thing in my head. I know they QA'd it recently, where someone was like, well, if I don't have a ranged weapon, can I still do actions? And they were like, yes. I guess because you don't have a ranged weapon, it won't gain assault. Which, yeah, so you can't go melee only, which is fine. In a Chaos Space Marine army, you're probably gonna have bolt pistols on top of whatever really good melee weapons you have. So you'll still at least have the ability and function. Although Chosen, or Possessed, right? Do Possessed have ranged weapons? I don't think they do. You would need to give them a squad lead, and then hope the squad lead lives. No, so they don't have ranged. And nothing can lead them anymore, right? Or can something lead them? What leads Possessed? To my understanding, Master of Possessions no longer leads Possessed. Does Fabius lead Possessed? Nope. Nope. Oh my god, Possessed are on their own, aren't they? Does Huron Blackheart not lead any squads? Wait, no, there he is. Model can be attached to Chosen. Oh, here we go. Master of Possessions can still attach to Possessed. And he still has a ranged attack, so as long as you put a Master of Possessions in that squad, they can do what they need to do. So, if you want them to be able to retreat or to charge and then do actions on things, or advance and do an action, you can, but then you lose the charge ability. So, like, yeah, you probably still wouldn't do it. Screaming Descent. Oh, 3-inch. 3-inch deep strike. So who do you 3-inch deep strike with this? Raptors have guns, right? Like, Raptors have decent guns. That's actually pretty good, because then you can just drop Do Raptors have grenades? Raptors don't have grenades, right? There's no way Raptors have grenades. 2 command points. You just friggin' deep strike 3 inches away from a tank. Chuck nades at it, then shoot it with a bunch of melta-guns. Kya! They do not have grenades, thank God. That would be wild. Raptor Lord has grenades? Are you sure? Harkin doesn't. Raptor Lord could, though. I could actually see that. Oh my god, he does. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Chaos Lord, jump pack, Raptor squad, 3-inch deep strike. Squad behind him has a bunch of melta-guns. Pick a tank, kill it. Pick a tank, kill it. Pick a monster, kill it. Ugh, that is good. Select one enemy that fell back this turn within 6-inch unit can declare a charge as if it were your charge phase. Ooh. The recharge. Somebody could mess with you with this, though. If they retreat in a way where they pull your Raptors where you, or whatever you have, where you don't want to go. That could suck. I think only Raptors. Warp Talons are on their own, right? Like, Harkin can only be Raptors. Chaos Lord with jump pack. Raptors. Yeah, Warp Talons are just Warp Talons. You get no other benefit when you run Warp Talons, although Warp Talons are good. I'm not going to put them down for being Warp Talons. At the end of the fight phase of this unit is eligible to fight this phase and is not within engagement range of one or more enemy units. You can remove this. Oh, they're the uppy downy. Nice. People are definitely going to run at least one squad of Warp Talons for mechanical uppy downy if possible. They'll probably run a 5-man Warp Talon squad. I don't see why not. Twin linked, 4 attacks each. 5-man Warp Talon is okay in strength. It's not the worst. So having a small Warp Talon squad, because then technically, if someone is planning on edging you out of an objective and you need them to not take that objective, you know how people do the thing where they put one model on an objective to get the toe-in OC, and then leave the rest of the squad off of it to prevent anything from possibly making it to them? You just 3-inch the Warp Talons onto that objective and just be like, all right, you can't take this until, like, a following turn. It's probably going to be an expensive squad to do this with, but, like, if the mission gives the person 5 points for holding that, or maybe they're trying to burn it or something, like, that's literally just you going, no. No. Enough out of you. That's cool. Fellhammer Siege Host. Everyone's like, ooh, Iron Warriors. And then they read, and they're like, Iron Warriors. Each time a range attack targets Heretic Astartes with the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than your toughness. Oh my god. Team-wide. Oh, wait. No, yeah. Team-wide -1 to wound roll. That's horrifying. That's cool as hell. I think the thing is, the image for this is literally just like Predators and Land Raiders. I think you run the lower toughness vehicles with this. Like, you run Hellbrutes, right? Because Hellbrutes, I always get screwed over with Hellbrutes, with people like shooting it with just slightly stronger guns. I don't know, man. That could be cool. Chaos Lord model only, excluding jump pack once per battle. When saving throw has failed, you can change the damage characteristic. So, once per battle round, a one-off blank. Once per battle round. That is massive. No, yeah, this is the Iron Warrior function. Dude, the damage mitigation on this makes playing Thousand Suns feel limited. In your shooting phase, after the bearer has shot, select one enemy unit hit by an attack until the end of the phase. The enemy unit cannot have the benefit of cover. That can be good. Then it's functionally okay. It's not the worst. Almost everything in this game has cover. I feel like this is so that you can make one unit shoot something it can see, and then if there's any indirect, which I don't think there'd be any indirect. Like, indirect is not something Chaos really gets. What would we even have for that? I don't think we have anything for that. If you took, I guess if you took like 3 brigands with missile hats or something. Each time the bearer makes an attack while within range of an objective marker, add 1 to the wound roll. Not bad. Of an objective marker. The issue is, this does feel like it's going to be heavily vehicle-based, so you need good vehicles. No, yeah, -1 to wound is shooting. Absolutely. But, like, that, I think it sort of limits, like, half, right? Like, this makes you into Tau obnoxious. Although, I think Tau is mostly just saturation, but not a lot of strength, right? Although their big stuff is obnoxious. I mean, I know this isn't the greatest, because a lot of these enhancements sound really good, but the fact that you're basically just playing vehicle. Iron Artifice. This has to go on infantry. Ugh. Is there not like a Chaos Lord that gets like a god tier ranged weapon? Like every Chaos Lord that exists is like you get a pistol and you get a melee weapon. If there was a Chaos Lord that was straight up just like, you get this massive melt-a-gun that's 36-inch range and like a knife. I would love having a leader of an army be like, I suck at melee. like just be that. Just the guy who's just like, I'm not that good at melee. And you're like, all right. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in the unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit. And if your unit is below half, you can reroll the wound as well. If your unit. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, rerolling hit, great, but ugh. Till the end of the phase, each time a melee attack is allocated to your unit, after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks, roll 1d6 to a maximum of 6d6 per attacking unit. Reach 4+, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal. No, yeah, -1 wound Terminators or fire. But that's where precision comes into play, like I keep saying. Precision, because I think they have to have a leader, right? Or do they just have... No, they have to have a Psyker. That's right. They only have to have a Psyker for it. And you always get rid of the Psyker in that squad last. So... Till the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit that is below half strength, the successful unmodified roll of 5 is a crit. That's because it's below. It's not half, right? Oh, no, below half. Good finishing, but like below half. Okay, so I used to run Executioners in my Chaos Knights because below half, when they shoot into stuff that's below half, they're hitting on 2s. That's great for autocannons. I never felt like I ever have moments where my autocannons are like, yeah, I have a target that works. It's always like, are you at half? Oh, you're 1 above half. Great. Like it's never a good feeling for that moment. It's just always this shitty level of just, I hate it. I just want my bonus. Please. That's why I'm running 2 Carnivores and 4 Brigands now, all with missile hats, because I do not care anymore about trying to kill stuff with those 3 up to hit autocannons. Till the end of the phase, your unit's ranged weapons, excluding blast, have the pistol ability. Oh, nice. That's actually nice. That's pretty huge for like a frontline meat wall of Terminators. Just give them all pistol, just unload. Till the end of the phase, models in your unit have the Feel No Pain 5+. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has selected its target. So you just get a 5+ Feel No Pain. Okay. Siegecraft. 1 Heretic is started his unit from your army until the... So this feels like you do the Land Raider, because Land Raiders are god tier right now. You do the giant brick of Terminators with a Terminator Lord inside. And then you just go to midfield, sit there, maybe unload them if something gets too close, and then just run in for melee. And you just start spending command points to make sure the Terminators can shoot, make sure that they get the Feel No Pains against incoming attacks. This is good. This is pretty good. It's pretty pog. Packbound. This is just the index. Did they change anything? Or is this just actually still the index? I think Waha has the old index info. Dark Pack's still the same. Getting the benefits for the rolls for lethal hits and sustained hits still the same. Infernal Rites. Ooh, okay, so they changed. Did they change the names? Ow. Let me look at the enhancements first. Intoxicating Elixir, Orbs of Unlife. Eye of Tzeentch. So the Eye of Tzeentch, each time a bearer's unit makes a Dark Pact, take a leadership test bearer. If that test is passed, you gain a CP. Eye of Tzeentch, same thing. Talisman of Burning Blood. Here it is. Add 1 to the attack strength. Add 1 to the attack strength character. Yeah, okay. Orb of Unlife. At the end of the fight phase, roll 1d6 for every enemy unit within 3 inches of the bear, adding 1 to the result. The bear's unit. On a 4+ unit suffers D3. On a 4+ unit suffers D3. Intoxicating elixir. Bear has feel no pain 5. Bear has feel no pain 5. And then they got rid of the Liber Hereticus. They got rid of an item. Each time this bearer's unit makes a dark pact, the unit weapon gains lethal and sustained. That's why. That is strong as hell. That's the benefit you get from the Hellbrute for way less points. Oh, they upgraded it so that you actually have to succeed now. Eye of Tzeentch, and does not fail. Eye of Tzeentch. Take a leadership test if that test is passed. So it's like rewording that, but yeah, I could see them doing the you have to succeed the Dark Pact to get the benefit. But they did get rid of the Chaos Undivided item. Because that's strong as hell. Lethal hits, sustained hits. That's why that's 40 points. That's pretty big. But the fact that they got rid of it's kind of crazy. Fight phase. Just after Heretic Astartes character from your unit. 1 Heretic Astartes character model in that unit. Until the end of the battle, add 1 to the move, toughness, and wounds characteristic of that character model. And add 1 to the attack, strength, and damage of that character model. Fights phase. Just after Heretic Astartes model unit from your army destroys an enemy unit. Oh, nice. So this is just a super buff. Which, yeah, does not exist here. So they did change a bunch. They got rid of one thing. Oh, so you have to succeed for... Yeah, I can see that. That was really strong. Taking the mortals and then still getting the benefit. Ugh. Yeah, and Chaos Icons just make it easier. But... Eyes of the Gods, that's new. Skin shift. 1 Heretic Astartes unit from your army. 1 model in your unit regains up to 3 lost wounds. In addition, the unit is Tzeentch. Okay, look through here. There should be a Tzeentch one. Here we are. Skin shift, so that's the same. Eye of the Gods, though. Eye of the Gods is new. Eternal Hate. Eternal Hate's here. Eternal Hate is the Khorne one. Okay, Profane Zeal. Profane Zeal. Festering Miasma is new. Festering Miasma. 1 Heretic Astartes model. This is for Nurgle, though. Dark Obfuscation was the old Nurgle one. Maybe it's the same, just different name. Shooting phase. Shooting phase. Till the end of the phase, your unit has the stealth ability. Yep, stealth. If you are Nurgle, the unit can be selected. Cannot be selected as target. Oh, they just changed the name. Festering Miasma from Dark Obfuscation. That was selected as a target. Remember, that was selected as a target of 1 or more attacks. Yeah, okay. Okay. Torpifying Refrain? Okay. Till the end of your turn, your unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. This is the Slaanesh one. Till the end of your turn, it's eligible to shoot. So, Unnatural Swiftness. They just changed the name of it. Skin shift, though. Profane Zeal is the Undivided. Okay, that's that one. Where was the other one that they didn't have? So, yeah, Eye of the Gods is brand new. That means I think they got rid of Infernal Rites? Yeah, they got rid of Infernal Rites. And Infernal Rites was each time an attack targets your unit. Infernal Rites was Armor of Contempt. Packbound Zealots don't have Armor of Contempt anymore. Crazy. Okay. Chaos Cults. Each unit from your army with the Dark Pact ability is selected to make a normal or declare can make a Desperate Pact. If it does, until the end of the phase, add 2 inches of the move. The model add 2 inches of the charge. Dark Apostle, Damned. I'm not familiar enough with cultists to know if any of this is strong. You can re-roll advanced charge rolls. Not bad. If your command phase... And this is for Dark Apostles or Damned models. These guys are so weak, though. I mean, 100 cultists and a Noctilith Crown, maybe with Abaddon behind it, is horrifying. Oh, Trader Guardsmen get Battle Line. Okay. That's kind of cool for, I guess, the next season of information, because of the whole Battle Line is important thing. And these guys apparently always have benefit of cover when they're on an objective, so, okay. Yeah, to my understanding, because I was with Dark Pact, it's kind of the same thing with, where is it? With the Vashdor detachment, right? Oh, we're not there yet. Dark Apostle model only. In your command phase, you can return up to D3 destroyed damn models. Okay. I do hope that if the Thousand Suns Codex drops, that is in a Zangor-specific detachment. In either command point format or an enhancement format. While the bearer unit is below its starting strength, add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by damn models in that unit. And while that unit is below half strength, add 1 to the attacks. Dark Apostle or damn model only. The bearer has Scout 6. Okay. You can give him Scout. 1 damn model from your army has not been affected or not been selected to shoot. You can make a Desperate Pact if it does until the end. If it does. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, you can reroll hits, and if it did not fail as the result leadership test, you can reroll wounds. That's actually not bad. I mean, they don't hit that well, so you're rolling garbage into garbage. But then again, the main goal for this, from what I understand from the 100 cultist list we fought at the 4v4, you're basically lethal pacting the squad. And then that's it. Like, you're lethal pacting the squad, and then you do this, and you're just looking for lethals with the reroll hits at that point. Maybe you have a Hellbrute nearby, so you can get lethal and sustained. And then just reroll a ton of wounds or something, I don't know. Selfless Demise, fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. 1 damn unit was selected as the target of 1 or more of those attacking units. Until the attacking unit has resolved all of its attacks, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, roll 1d6. On a 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal. That's nice. Oh, dude, that's actually brutal. What's the distance? Fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. That's actually really brutal. If you have a 20-man... Oh, it's on a 6, though. That's actually garbage. My bad. I thought it was good. If it was a 5, I'd be like, okay, it's not that bad. But the idea would be if, like, let's say, like, a Chaos Knight Carnivore gets into melee with a squad of cultists. The cultists just pop this and just try to mortal wound down the Carnivore. But on 6s, that's not great. You might get like 1 or 2 by the end of that. Your unit can make a Desperate Pact if it does. This is fun though. 1 damned unit from your army that has not been selected to fight. When you select it, the unit can make a Desperate Attack. If it does, your unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Wait, in addition to any suffered. Wait, do you do the D3 regardless? Yeah, so this is do the D3, and then if you fail the leadership, you do the D3 as well. And until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attack characteristic of the melee weapons equipped by models in your unit. And if your unit did not fail the resulting leadership test, until the end of the phase, improve strength characteristic. So there's 2 of these. Well, there's 2 types of these, right? Or was there something else? Oh, Incendiary Goad, right? So if you have an Incendiary Goad squad and then you Infernal Sacrifice it, that's just a bunch of stats. Crazed Focus. Your unit can make a Desperate Pact. If it does, until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, improve the armor pen by 1, and if your unit did not fail, improve strength. So this is a lot of command point spending to get weird stuff happening. I'm not liking the amount of command points I'm seeing as what you need to spend in order to trigger like a lot of this. So you need things on the field that get around that. Till the end of your turn, your unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. Okay. 1 Heretic Astartes unit. So most of this is damned. This is the one thing that really helps, because I'm guessing what they want you to do is have like just almost as many cultists as humanly possible, and then a couple unique big squads of things. And then this is probably the main element for that type of army list. 1 Heretic Astartes unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks, and 1 friendly damned unit within 3 inches during opponent's shooting phase. Until the end of the phase, while your damned unit is on the battlefield, each time your opponent would make a wound roll for the attack that targets your Heretic Astartes, if your damned unit is visible to the attacking model and is an eligible target for the attack, no roll is made. Instead, your damned unit suffers a number of mortal wounds equal to the damage characteristic of that attack. Okay. Okay. My boys, Soulforged War Pack. Ah, these are my guys right here, baby. This is my jam. This is why we're doing all of this. Each time a Heretic Astartes demon vehicle, if it can invoke a contract. If it does, subtract 1 from the resulting leadership test when making the Dark Pact until the end of the phase. So you don't have to succeed. You still you get the -1, which means most likely it's going to possibly take D3 wounds. But that's fine, because then you can add the 1 to the wound roll or the 2 to the attack characteristic. This is the core thing about me using Helldrakes, even though they're 205 points, and even though you guys are like, oh, that's horrible. It's not, and I'll show you why in a minute. Warpsmith models, add 4. I'm leaning into that for one of the Warpsmiths, maybe, potentially. But Tempting Addendum is definitely one of the Warpsmiths. In your command phase, select 1 friendly Heretic Astartes vehicle within 12 until the start of the next command phase. Field note pain 6. I don't even want that. While the bearer is on the battlefield, each time an enemy unit within 12 inches of this bearer is destroyed, roll 1d6 on a 5+, you gain 1 CP. I don't know what to do with that. I feel like the main point of the Soul Harvester is that I'm supposed to take a Lord Discordant, because I don't want anything else to be in a forward position, for the most part, in this list idea that I have. But a Lord Discordant is actually scary in close range. But I also don't think it matters, right? Like, I do kind of want the ability to gain command points, but on a 5+, it's just, it's not enough, man. Shooting phase, until the end of phase, improve armor pen characteristic of that attack by 1. Yeah, if it invokes a contract. See, this is huge. Like, this is great. I enjoy this. Because it's not just, that is amazing for if I want to try to get some good kills on some heavy elite units with my Helldrake, right? Because my Helldrake, if it's running the Flamer, it's, I think, AP 1, damage 2. But you can go to AP 2, and 2 damage AP 2 is actually really good at killing Space Marines. And then re-rolling the wound roll is just fantastic. The problem is you have to select it at first, which is not great. Till the end of the phase, if your unit invokes its contract, each time it makes an attack that destroys an enemy model, roll 1d6. On a 5+, your unit regains 1 lost wound. It's okay. It's a good health steal. It has to invoke its contract, which, I guess that's just, you just do it. You could fail and then you just get the health steal. I guess it's fine. There's no 2 CP functions in this list. This is the last list in the tree. Command phase. This is turning the regular vehicle into a demon vehicle. This is why I want to run Hellbrutes. Because if I ever run into an army that has anti-demon, I need a front line that's not going to be affected by it. One Heretic Astartes vehicle. This is the go through the wall, I think. No, this is... It can make a normal advance or charge move. Oh yeah, no, this is going through walls. Which is good. You have to pay for it. If you're trying to charge through a wall, you have to pay for it before rolling the charge. So that kind of sucks. But it's fine. 20-inch movement on a Helldrake, not needing to care about walls. Yeah, it's good. One Heretic Astartes vehicle unit from your army that is within 9 inches. Because, like, here's the thing. Right now in missions, there's missions that are like, hey, aircraft can't do this mission. The Helldrake can in hover mode. Because the hover mode means it's not an aircraft anymore. One Heretic Astartes vehicle, 9 inches. So this is the reactive move. It's solid. Must be as close to possible to that enemy unit. One Heretic Astartes demon vehicle. So this is... I do like it. There's a chance I might want a Lord Discordant. I think the main thing, though, is that I'm probably going to take Vashdor, and he's probably going to be in Deep Strike. Because I think I want him to come down on the field and provide his force multiplier to nearby vehicles at a forward position that people don't expect. One Heretic Astartes demon vehicle. To the end of the phase, each time an enemy unit, excluding monsters vehicles within engagement range of your unit, falls back, all models in that enemy unit... Wait, okay, so opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit is selected to fall back. So after they select the unit to fall back, I can then do this to subtract 1 from each of the tests for forcing them to desperate escape. I like this list. I like the idea of it. We need to plan, though. We need to plan what we're building. Let's get back into trying to fix this magnetization problem that we have. So the magnet is up top, which means I would want to glue the double magnets down below. This might not actually work the way I wanted it to. There's a high chance I just glue these fuckers in. Like, in all reality, very high chance I just glue these guys in. Because I don't even think this is going to work. I'm starting to realize that these magnets require, like, I originally thought that they would work well just kind of going next to each other at same polarity. I don't know why I thought that. But it seems like they work best in, like, reverse polarity. Is actually making me think of something else. What happens if we do it this way? We consider the two magnets, right? And then we try to glue like a vertical situation. A little vertical snapshot. Ew. That's not good. issue is I really need to get this to try. Okay. Because then the idea becomes putting this on the bottom. The trouble. The trouble. Are you kidding me? I know. Main problem is I need a small enough non-magnetic thing to reassess and push this around. I don't know if I have the right angle or shape for it. Okay. Okay. I might need to green stuff this. Being real, probably gonna need to get some green stuff out for us to actually do this properly. Yeah, that's not the right side. Dude, I'm about to just glue these. Because honestly, I don't really see the point of the autocannons compared to the plasma guns, if I'm being real. I mean, I get, like, the one key element of the autocannons that's just better than the plasma is that I can fire them into combat. Like, into the melee that this unit will be in. But honestly, if something gets into melee with my Forge Fiend, we're in trouble. What's up, Diver? Okay. I think we do it. I think we take the plunge. What was the debate? I know what I want to do with this. Use the actions if they were never your own ally. The problem was whose ally it was, yours or the drones. Oh, dude. Ugh. I'm definitely not versed. Does the does that RPG have like a website you can go to and find like a place to email for rules questions, stuff like that? Because that'd be legit. Yeah. No. Dude, why does this have to be so hard? Oh, why does this have to be so hard? I hate this. I hate this so much. Like, the idea is there. It's just, it's near impossible to pull off. Without green stuff. But even then, do I really want to do that? Or do we just put the glue on and then snap it together? I'm at that point, man. Internally, mentally, I'm just like, ugh. Let's just do it. Let's just take the plunge. Glue this straight up onto the component and just be done with it. Because then I can stop worrying. I can stop caring. It's mission accomplished. Hang on. Hold the phone. Maybe this will work. I feel like I'm trying to over elaborate this. need it to not get pushed down. There we go. So the main issue here is we gotta kind of wait for that to dry. And figure out nope. Ah. So this is kind of the idea. Nah, it doesn't work. Not at that scale, at least. We have smaller. I think. I think we just do it. We just glue. We just glue. I'm so tired of wanting this to work and then having it not work. Like, autocannons are great, but it's clear they're just nowhere near as good as the plasma cannons for just general stuff. As with most things, the goal then becomes like, well, what's my anti-infantry versus what's my anti-tank? And like this would be closer to anti-mid-range tank, anti-stuff like that in that area. Ooh, oh no. There's so much glue. We're doing it. Screw it. Screw it. We had an idea. It was kind of good, but not really good. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the internal magnets. What do you mean the foxhole? You got a foxhole out back? Dude, there's so many foxes in this area, in my buddy's house. Apparently there's one like just behind one of my other friends' houses. He has cats and his mom is weird. So she'll let the cats out randomly. Even though the cats are supposed to stay indoors. She'll just be like, oh, he wants to go out. I told him, I warned him the other day, I was like, dude, one day you're going to walk outside. Or your mom's going to let the cat out and you're going to be watching. And then you're going to see a brown-red blur go by and your cat's gone for good. Like, that's the end of your cat. Sorry, bro. I've heard Fox. Is it Foxhole or is it Trench Warfare? Oh, I think okay, yeah, I think I've seen them. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like top down, I want to say. It almost looks like Company of Heroes, but it was an MMO. At least that's what I think I remember. Sad day. The autocannons are being retired, but it really is for the best. I think Steam kept suggesting Foxhole to me because I played a lot of frickin' Hell Let Loose. Dude, Hell Let Loose. So fun. The devs are a bit weird with it. The whole like changing over of dev from the ones that made it to like the new ones, and I hope that game persists because we need that game in reality. We really do. It's one of the few games that actually exists where you need team play like properly in order to actually win. It's very hard to win that game without any level of, you know, interaction between higher up characters and players, squad leads, army leads. Like, you can't get vehicles in that game if you don't have competent squad and leads and stuff. Like, you're gonna have tank driver people who don't get tanks. It sucks. It really does. You need people who are actually building resources. My friend and I played it all the time because it has oddity, right? Like most first-person shooters, when you're playing them, there's moments of lull. There's moments of well, not really. Like, how do I put this? Mainline first-person shooters, the whole point is you respawn, you move like a few feet, and then you pull the trigger. That's kind of the approach of that type of gameplay mode, just because that is what keeps people attention. That is what keeps people wanting to come back and play more. It's the constant, non-stop action. Whereas Hell Let Loose, we had fights where our leader, the squad lead, was like, yo, your squad needs 100% to hold down this one part of the map because we need to make sure the enemy do not set up positions here to set up like spawn points or anything. You have to hold this town or we're gonna lose. So we did. And we basically sat in a town waiting for enemies to start coming our direction. And we would just kill people. Like, people would come to the town, we'd slaughter them before they got there, we would see them coming. And then we would just sit in buildings, top floors, peeking out windows, binoculars up. For a solid 10, 15 minutes, we would just be talking to everyone in our squad in that area while holding that section and not actually be shooting people. Just relaying information. Hey, I saw a supply drop in this general direction. You know, tell the squad lead just in case it's an enemy. Stuff like that. It's great. It's so good. Well, that settles that. We now only have Plasma Forge Fiends. Screw it. What time is it? 2:18? We need to make a list. We need to make a list. How are we making a list? Ooh, we got that 90% ISO? Sweet. So we magnetized the bottom hopefully, by putting 6 magnets up against the tread on both sides. Hopefully that actually does that. So Vashtor's coming. Oh. Vashtor's coming. I've got a weapons platform Hellbrute, and then I've got a mid-range Meltagun Hammer Hellbrute, and then I've got Flex Hellbrute, which we're probably going to use as dual heavy flamers, dual fists, because it is actually really good. And with some of the upgrades, like +1 to the wound roll, which that's insane, makes him way too powerful with Twin Linked. Let me put this away. Vashtor should be here tomorrow, as well as all my display cases, which I need to start putting up so I can get things to start looking nice on this one shelf over here to my side. I also found out that the shoe cases that I'm purchasing for display, for miniatures, there's one version of the shoe cases for boots. And I want to say that that display case size is actually big enough to fit frickin' Magnus and my Archeon. So I might try putting the Archeon I have into one of them, and then if it works, I might get another for Magnus. But the main shoe ones look like they could fit Mutilate Vortex Beasts, which is great. So let's go into the Warhammer 40k Battleforge. For some reason, it looks like being able to build a list. Where reference? Chaos Space Marines. Codex. Everything is visible. Okay, no. Here we are. Locked content. If you own a copy of the Codex, Chaos Space Marines, you can access this content. Find out more on the official website. They don't let you do it through the app. I hate it. I hate it so much. This is such a dumb method to do this. Warhammer Community, Warhammer Store, US English. Where's my account? Sign in. Account. Vouchers? No. Manage? No. Orders? No, it wouldn't be orders. What am I looking for? Warhammer40k.com/redeem. This is a terrible system. Page not found. Oh no, Warhammer 40k.com/redeem. There we are. There's the app. Accept cookies. Plug it. Redeem now. There's my chapter approved Warzone Nephilim, my old 9th edition Chaos Codex. All horrible. Redeem code. I will not read it out loud like an idiot, so one of you can snag it before I actually finish this. Processing, please wait. Success. All right. You've unlocked new content. Where'd you buy it from? Because I bought off of Amazon and it's coming from China, and I'm so worried that the Vashtor I just purchased is gonna just be brittle and terrible. Yep, there we go. I think data sheets. Chaos Lord. Yep, no longer locked. We did it. Battleforge. So, we'll start with the core of what I know we 100% want to do. Bought from a local store? Jesus. Warpsmith. 100% we take one Warpsmith. 70 points is still mind-blowing to me. Dedicate. I'll do that in a second. Gundam, spelled with two N's, really close to each other. At least one Forge Fiend. At least one Helldrake. And at least two Hellbrutes. We are not even at half. You gonna take that. My Warpsmith that's gonna sit back is gonna be the Warlord. Okay. The allied units don't lose battle line, right? Emperor's Children, Thousand Sons. So with where we're at, I think I 100% just toss in this next Forge Fiend. Open Gundam style. We 100% throw in another Warpsmith. And then I will drop Vastor in. Just to do it. This Warpsmith will get the enhancement of Tempting Addendum. We are now at 1,200 points. So here's the thing. Battle line kind of sucks. I do eventually want to get cultists, I think, because it's going to be important. We do have a dedicated transport. Now, mechanically speaking, I want to, I think, bring 2 Felgor Beastman squads. Because they are fairly cheap and decent with their mechanics. Unit composition, it's 10-man unit. You cannot take not a 10-man unit. I'm going to be using my Zangors with chainswords and auto pistols as them. Because I think that's, yeah, they have auto pistols. And chainswords. The main thing about them is that they have the ability to come in off the table edge 1 turn earlier than what you would expect. They're garbage, I think, stats-wise. Toughness 4, save 5, wounds 1, leadership 7. But, like, in general, if they come in off the table edge, they're not really doing much. Melee is 4+ to hit, 3 attacks. Eh. They use that salt, man. They gotta cure the plastic with salt. Pure sodium. So yeah, Felgor Beastman in. I could do a second Helldrake, but I do also agree that that's a dumb idea. Two Hellbrutes up front. I could declare a Mauler Fiend and just rock. Like, let's see the difference. Let's see how they look next to each other. Yeah. Did you guys say that's a Mauler Fiend? I've seen people convert Mauler Fiends to be Mutilate Vortex Beasts. So I don't see why you wouldn't just be okay with this, right? So technically, I have 3 Mauler Fiends. Technically. Battle line wise, we have to go Legionaries. Let me put my Rhino in. We're just going to drop the Rhino in right now. We cannot put the Felgor into it. Oh no, I think we can. I think we can put Felgor into it. We'll drop the Rhino in though. Give it the combi weapon and the Havoc launcher. I mean, this is bigger than a Mauler Fiend, so... Like, visually. The base size is the same, but still. Technically, that makes him more durable if he's a Mauler Fiend than a Mutilate Vortex Beast. He loses the Feel No Pain, but he has a better base save. I think a better toughness, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. Battle line, though. We probably do want some level of battle line. We're at 1445. If we take battle line, Legionaries are 80 points. But I also kind of want to be a dick and run 1 giant brick of Rubric Marines with Flamers. Because that's still horrifying, no matter where you put it. And the fact that I have the Rhino to put them in is great. Seeing Legionaries as 80 points is pissing me off, though. It really is, because if I go down to Allied units, Thousand Suns, Rubric Marines, 105. It's an invulnerable save, it's rerolls. What else do Legionaries get? Because I can run Rubrics as Legionaries. It's not a problem. Same base size, similar weapon loadouts, just declare the Soul Reaper cannons as Reaper chain cannons. You're good. That's basically my idea. 10-man brick of Warp Flamers in a Rhino. That's all I want. Because that can go through a wall. You can target the Rhino with the go through wall function and send that entire brick of 1,000 Suns into combat through buildings. It's great. I'm not gonna lie, these cards smell like burnt wood. They really do. I love them though. I love the red. I don't know if you guys saw. A nice red metal on the outer edge. Looks so good. Looks so good. Wish obliterators were vehicles. That'd be fun. Venom Crawler is so strong though. Although I feel like 6 attacks now for his cannon is kind of weak. It's not even anti-infantry anymore. It's like good. What was the original Venom Crawler? Was it different? I feel like the guy I keep playing against, his Venom Crawler just ruins my day. Every single time I let anything get in front of it, he just outright kills the entire squad without issue with his Venom Crawler. Chaos Space Marines. Venom Crawler. No, it's still the same. Oh, did they update? Actually, oh no, they haven't updated. Why does it's... Oh, it's because I MSU. That's the issue. Venom Crawlers are the bane of MSU. Because I only have like 5 things on the board, and he just runs by with a 6 freaking attack, lethal sustained. Oh no, it gets 2 cannons. That's why. It's 12. Okay, that's why. That's actually big. That's not bad. 36-inch range is so stupid. Why is that not close range? Because you do this with +1 to wound roll, Like, that's it. Reroll hits wounds. Friggin' +1 to wound roll on the pact. God, this will straight murk anything. And it's less expensive than a Hellbrute by like 30 points. So much faster moving. I just don't have any. That's all. You can ignore any other modifiers to this model's characteristic and to advance and charge rolls. Ooh, Mauler Fiend. Wait a second. Okay. Let me show you something, everyone. You can ignore any or all modifiers to this model's... Oh, move characteristic. Okay. I was like, oh, that's weird. Why would you tell me I get -1 to hit? Oh, it's move characteristic. Excellent. So, if I were to run this as a Mauler Fiend, it'd probably be Lasher Tendril, Mauler Fiend Fist. He gets 10-inch movement. That would be 6, Strength 14, AP2, D6 +1 attacks, which is huge. And then an additional 6, Strength 7, AP1, Damage 1 attacks for fodder killing. It's not a bad concept. What were we looking for? We were looking for Legionaries. I think I pulled the Legionary cards out. Oh no, here we are. Nope, that's Combat Patrol. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't print all the detachment rules as small cards. So right now, we have room for the second Helldrake, if we want to go that route. But Legionary-wise, a 5-man squad of Legionaries. Firing Champion Bolt Gun can be replaced with Plasma, Astartes Chainsword, Accursed. Firing Champion Bolt Pistol can be replaced with... Wait, what? Bolt Gun. Bolt Pistol. Can I... No. There's an asterisk. Maximum 1 per model. In theory, I could replace the bolt gun with a plasma pistol and then shoot a plasma pistol and bolt pistol every round with him. I guess that's fine. Weird, but it's fine. Also, if I take 2 accursed weapons on him, it won't let me dual wield them for twin linked. One model can be equipped with 1 Chaos Icon. Sure. Any number of Legionaries can have their bolt gun replaced by an Astartes Chainsword. 1 Legionary bolt gun can be replaced with 1 heavy melee weapon. 1 Legionary bolt gun can be replaced with 1 Balefire. For every 5 models in this unit, 1 Legionary bolt gun can be replaced with one of the following. Havoc Autocannon. That's... Oh, no. Havoc... Reaper Chain Cannon. So what I would do is if I wanted to do a 10-man Legionary squad... I have enough Rubric Marines that I could run 1 squad, 10-man in size, with 2 Reaper Chain Cannons. Because Reaper Chain Cannons are actually really nice. Heavy, 8 attacks each, that's 16 attacks, ballistic skill 4, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. It's not bad. So this is the trick. If you put that in the Rhino... What if I ran 2 small squads of rubrics? Oh my god, dude, my brain is like opening up. Picture this. So a Rhino can fit 12 Heretic Astartes infantry. Right? The way Rubric Marines work for their builds is in a squad of 10, you can only, I believe, take 1 Soul Reaper. I believe the main thing with rubrics was you basically just increase the size of the squad. You still only get 1 special weapon and 1 sorcerer leader, and the only thing you're changing is whether or not the squad inside has flamers. Now, that all being said, we go to rubrics. 1 Rubric Inferno Bolt gun can be replaced with 1 Soul Reaper. Okay, yeah. They're in Rhinos. Rhinos are firing deck 2. What if, instead of taking 1 giant squad of Rubrics, what if we take 2 5-man squads of Rubrics with leaders with the Warp Flame pistols, 3, what is it, leader, 3 Rubric Marines with flamers, 1 with the Soul Flame icon, 1 with the Soul Reaper cannon, 2 5-mans, put them both in here. This would allow me to then, you know, go somewhere, drop 1 squad off if I want, that kind of thing. But firing deck 2, which means this now gets an addition of 2 24-inch ranged, 6 attacks, ballistic skill 3, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1 attacks. Devastating wounds as the extra factor. And because we are playing in the Vashdor Codex, this is a vehicle. I could Dark Pact this vehicle for the +1 to the wound rolls on a strength 6, 12 attack, devastating wound, basically just anti-fodder infantry thing, right? I could do that. I could also like do the extra enhancements, right, with this? I mean, I'd have to turn it into a demon rhino if I wanted to. And if the rhino's the demon, it then takes the freaking weapons for the firing deck. And then I could also apply improve armor pen by 1 if I wanted to. If I had, let's say, Vashdor nearby. Because again, I'm thinking Vashdor stays in Deep Strike and we bring him down to support some of the vehicles on the field in the right moment. He could apply +1 to the strength characteristics of the weapons I'm about to fire from the Rhino, including the strength 6 Soul Reapers, if I need to go to 7 for whatever reason. Which you probably don't, honestly, if you're thinking about it. Holy crap. That might actually be a really good idea. It makes this Rhino insane in terms of its ability to do damage, right? Without needing to get anyone out of it. I actually really like that. Like, genuinely, I really like that as an idea. Heretic Astartes infantry, no obliterators are possessed, terminators are jump packs. Which actually does mean I could, if I need to, drop the Felgor into it for... Oh wait, Felgor don't have Scout. Why did Felgor have Scout before? I thought Felgor had the option of Scout or the ability to come in, but I guess they only have the ability to come in. The only reason we have them is, like, okay, so things that I knew beforehand that I never did was castle stratting, where you put like that soft, cushy exterior around your base. That's what Felgor are for. That's what Zangor are for. I haven't been doing it. I just haven't, because I'm an idiot. So what we're gonna do is, if we go Felgor, we're basically gonna have the option to be like, oh, I want them to come in from reserve, because they'll be able to come in turn 1, which is cool. I could pay for Rapid Ingress turn 1 and just bring them in somewhere from the table edge, which is nice. It's good. Possibly good. They're on the chopping block, though. I will say they're on the chopping block. But you could put 2 Legionary squads in here, or 1 big Legionary squad with 2 Reaper Chain Cannons, and then use the Reaper Chain Cannons from here. I'm thinking we actually do the rubric function, because the rubric then has just a ton of warp flamers as well, along with 2 sorcerers leading them that actually have okay anti-infantry spells. So the whole premise of that squad is to have the 2 squads of 5 and the 2 Soul Reaper cannons just firing out of this. Let me do that. Let me put in 2 minimum squads of rubrics. Boop, boop. They're considered allied, which I do not like, but their keywords do say battle line, right? Yes. They don't lose battle line either, do they? Double check that. If your army faction is Heretic Astartes, you can include any of the following units in your army, and when you do, replace their faction keyword with Heretic Astartes. Combined points value of such unit can include is up to 500 points. Nothing says that they lose battle line, meaning I have 2 battle line squads. Aspiring Sorcerer, Warp Gear. I'm going to give them Warp Flame Pistols. Get rid of their Inferno Bolts. War gear options. Let's get rid of the Inferno Bolt guns. Let's go Soul Reaper, 2, 3 Warp Flamers, Icon. So they get tossed into the Rhino. Felgor Beastmen can be used as a wall. Yeah, they keep their battle. I just wanted to make sure they weren't like, oh yeah, you can take Thousand Suns, but you lose battle line off of the Thousand Sun rules. Because the trick is, this is Chaos saying what they can take as allies versus what Demons say they do as allies. The Demons thing is fine though. So we're sitting at 1655. And I'm just out here thinking I click another Helldrake, but I don't want to. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I gotta get some work done before leaving. So Helldrake. Most likely he'll take the Bale Flamer, although I do have the Hades autocannons modeled into them, which could actually be really good if my opponent is going to use a lot of flying creatures, because technically this airborne predator right here, each time this model makes an attack that targets a unit that can fly, add 1 to the hit roll. That's for ranged and melee. So 6 attacks hitting on 2s against an aircraft or flying unit, like jump pack troopers, at strength 8 is pretty good, in my opinion. However, this also does limit, if you're in melee, you're now hitting on 4s normally, 3s against flying creatures, which is probably okay. Honestly, I do think the Hades autocannon in this situation is really good because of the 36-inch range, giving him the ability to like pick something way in the distance when he's ready to go to just start harassing with an autocannon. So maybe the autocannon's a good idea. I don't know. But when you come down here to the Helldrake clause, 3+ to hit, attacks 5, strength 7, AP 1, damage 2. It's pretty good stat lines. Anti-fly 2 with dev wounds is insane. So when you're going into melee against a flying unit, you're hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, dev wounds. You super packed them for the +2 to the melee attacks when you're in combat, as well as sustained is what your goal is. You don't necessarily want this to be near the Hellbrute. Although, let me check. Let me check if the Hellbrute forces it. While a friendly Heretic Astartes unit is within 6 inches of this model each time it makes a Dark Pact until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by that model in that unit gain both abilities. I think you're forced to take the double, which kinda sucks. Oh my god. Wait, the Chaos Hellbrute is so much better than the prior Hellbrutes. Oh my god. Oh my god, they need to retroactively do this to all Hellbrutes. Chaos Space Marine, 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 Chaos Space Marine. Hellbrute. Oh my god, they did it. Devoted to Destruction. If this model is equipped with 2 melee weapons in addition to its close combat weapon, which, what? Oh, in addition, so technically 3 melee weapons. Add 2 to the attack characteristics of those 2 weapons. This actually makes Hammer Fist combo insane. What's the swap up? Models multi-melta can be replaced. Oh, no. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought I literally just read that you could dual hammer. Oh, but no. Hellbrute Fist with Heavy Flamer, Hammer. That's the combo now. Because you don't get twin linked anymore. You actually don't get twin linked. The thing is, you'll lose the Heavy Flamer. But the one Heavy Flamer. But honestly, I don't think with this army you need to have that as an option. This is actually ridiculous, and I love it. I love it so much. Because now he has a decently able to hit weapon with a Heavy Flamer in the palm, and then harder to hit with weapon that's really good at anti-tank. Both now have +2 to their attack profiles. None of them have twin linked anymore, so the only reason you would take dual fists is for the second Heavy Flamer. But yeah, Hellbrute Fist is now at 7 attacks. Hellbrute Hammer is now at 7 attacks. I kind of want to type that in the local Discord for the group. I love it. I love it so much. So this is the combo. It sucks that it's not twin linked anymore, but that's still brutal. It's actually so stupidly brutal. Here we go. Back to list building. Warpsmiths can't get any war gear options. Already gave the enhancement to 1. Felgor, Beastman, war gear options, auto pistols, close combat weapons. No great weapons, none of that. The main guy gets a bolt pistol and a chainsword, and it's whatever. I don't actually have those. Hades autocannons, no. Ectoplasma. And ectoplasma and armored limbs. Hellbrute. No. And no. And Fist. hammer and heavy flamer. The other one, I'll stick with the multi-melta. And we will just give it the hammer. This guy is a bale flamer. I'm gonna go with the Hades autocannon at first. I think that'll be fine. So yeah, we were at 1655. I already feel like I have more stuff in this list than my Thousand Suns, which makes me feel so bad. But what do we think? I have access to, like, what can we even do? What combos, what weird combos do we have access to here? Arcfane. Demon Vehicle. Really not much else we can do with that. I kind of want to see if I can get my hands on a Defiler. I think a Defiler would be really fun to just bring it off a table edge. Do we go Terminators? Like I said, we could go Terminators when we were talking about this before, because technically the Rubric Terminators, the Scarab Occult, are about the same. Because technically, how do the Terminators get built? Every 5, you get either a Heavy Flame or a Reaper autocannon. Yeah, Scarab Occult Terminators have that exact same thing. Any number of models can go from Combi Bolter to Combi Weapon. I mean, you can always post in the Discord about it. I'm debating a Defiler. I used to run a Defiler. And part of me does want to just get the original Defiler, because nostalgia. Because, oh my god. Like, I ran 2 of those. I ran 2, but I owned 3. I bought 3, and then one of them I took, and I went, you know what? I don't want a third. So I took its legs, and I converted them into extra melee weapons, because the original Defiler, you could take the side weapons. There's a lot of things I remember about this original Defiler. They might be wrong, but here's the deal. It had the chest cannon, 2 side cannons, 2 melee weapons. If you fired the chest cannon, you could not fire the 2 side cannons. But you could take those 2 side cannons off and turn them into melee weapons for extra attacks at like the regular strength rating, not like the weird little spinny ball rating. So I was just like, why would you not take 2 extra melee attacks on your Defilers? You get +1 attack for everything, and that's a big damage attack. So both of my Defilers were quad melee with chest cannons with the enhancement on the chest cannon for indirect. And I sat those guys back and just... Actually, no, I never actually sat them back. I always moved them forward. Like, I would just move them forward firing off chest cannon shots. Because if they got into melee after my Dreadnoughts did, it was just cleanup at that point. It was so cool. I loved that list. And then they changed it. Let me take a look at this Sorcerer Terminator Lord, because this would be a brick that I bring down and just put somewhere. We do not have the points for the big combo of this, because it's 655. Yeah, we don't really have the, hey, let's just go ham amount of points. Is the music done? God damn, music done. I'm going to have to get going soon. So this Psychic Terminator Lord, which we have a couple of, while the model is leading a unit, you can reroll advanced charge rolls. That's kind of cool, but unnecessary. At the start of, it's actually really good. That's weirdly good in the assault side of things, but I mean, you probably wouldn't want these units anyway. At the start of your shooting phase, one Psyker from your army with this ability can use it. If it does, select one enemy unit within 12 inches and invisible to that Psyker. Roll 1d6. On a 1, Psyker suffers wounds. On a 2+, till the start of your next movement phase, each time an attack targets the enemy unit, improve the armor pen characteristic of that. Ah, this might actually be really good. Do I take a small squad of terms as a drop down? I'm increasing armor pen. Like, if I drop this down somewhere on the field, and then I put them in vision of an enemy squad, which could make them suffer from Overwatch, but it is a Terminator squad, so that probably doesn't really matter. And then they get rerolls if they Dark Pact. Oh my god, this is actually kind of a good idea. Like, taking this one Terminator squad and just plopping it down in a place somebody wouldn't want the Terminator squad to be, and then marking targets for increased AP. It sounds too good. It actually sounds too good. Because then you do that, and with your smaller attacks, like the AP1 Flamers, like imagine if your squad is on an objective, and then I land this within 12 of you, and then mark you for extra AP, and then ride the, and then like disembark all of the Flamers in the Rhino. Not only... Basically, at that point, when I'm flamering your squad to death, it's, it'll be, what is it? 4? No, technically 4, but mostly 3. Kind of 4. It would be 8 flamers, AP 2, damage 1. If I roll 6s, it's AP 3. Reroll all wounds. Part of me wants to do this. Part of me thinks this will be a good idea. To go a little 5-man squad with a Terminator Sorcerer Lord. I give them the Reaper Chain Cannon or the Reaper Auto Cannon. What's their Heavy Flamer like? Yeah. No, we go Reaper. Sustained 1? Yeah, we go Reaper. 4 attacks. What's their standard loadout? Combi and Accursed. They can go into Chain Fists if I want, but Accursed's fine, honestly. AP2, damage 1. Although you probably would want them to be all Power Fist. Any number of models can have their Combi Bolter replaced with 1 Combi Weapon. Every 5 models in the unit, 1 model's Combi Bolter and Accursed Weapon can be replaced with 1 pair of Accursed Weapons. For every 5 model in the unit, up to 3 models can have their Cursed Weapons replaced with Power Fist. Every 5 model, 1 can have its Chain Fist. So, visually speaking, WYSIWYG, I'd have to go all Accursed Weapons and Combi Bolters. Which, not the best, not the worst. It's whatever. But the main part of this squad is to land somewhere. Because here's the thing, right? Let's say I have Cleanse as a mission type, or an action that I need to do on a point. This gets dropped in. Now, I declare that I'm doing the action, which means I can't shoot or charge. That sucks. Oh no. I can still do this. I can still do the increase AP. So he's still able to do the main thing that, in my opinion, matters. Oh my god. I can give him a familiar for free. And if he has a familiar, that's a one-off damage negation. I actually do think I do this. They're not as durable as Thousand Sun ones, but that's a pretty good come down, perform a task, and be annoying unit. Let's see what that looks like in the end. Terminator, Sorcerer and Terminator armor. Chaos Familiar. Other data sheets. Chaos Terminators. 1930. Can't go to a full-size squad. That's fine. Warrior options, Bulk Accursed. One combi bolter goes away and becomes an autocannon. Yeah, let me take a look. Minis gallery. Oh. So it's crab legs and a blight drone. See, that looks kind of cool for Nurgle, just because that is a giant Nurgle symbol on the head, which is great. And then you added some Knights components to it. So it looks cool. Here's the thing though, and I would never do this myself because it would be insane and stupid of me to go this route. But I have seen people who purchase a box of War Dogs and then merge the wastes together to be like a centaur. And then, yeah, you have that. But you do need to get to the larger scale for the legs, because it is, like, that unit basically walks around on a pie plate if they ever decided to make it have a base. It would be on a giant pie plate. So we have 40 points to spend. $40 points. Battle line. We can't, actually no, we have 70 points to spend. We could pick up a cultist mob, potentially. Or I could pick up another Felgor Beastman squad. I would just have to run regular Zangors in it that don't have the auto pistol visual, but just declare that they all have auto pistols at that point. 70, no, it's 70 points. I can't, because Felgor Beastmen are 80. 70, so yeah, it would come down to a cultist mob. Most likely. What's Chaos Spawn cost? Is Chaos Spawn 80? Or did they finally reduce them because these... Oh, Chaos Spawn! Just to fill out. We'll just toss them in just to fill out because there's really not much else I want to do. There'll be a little mechanics unit. Because these ones actually suck. These are the worst Chaos Spawn right now. They have the Feel No Pain 5. But while an enemy unit excluding vehicles is within 3 inches of this, subtract 1 from objective control. It's literally just about running out on an objective. The thing is, subtract 1 from the objective control characteristic of models in that enemy unit. Isn't that always down to 1? Which means, like, that's not great. These guys have no OC anymore. They got rid of their OC. That sucks, actually. Dude, Chaos Spawns suck now. I guess we'll just use them to run around back and hope. D6 plus 2 attacks, though. Strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. It is not bad. But OC 0, whereas I'm pretty sure they used to be OC 1. Chaos Spawn. Yeah, they used to be OC 1, now they're OC 0. And then they used to have heal D3 lost wounds in every command phase. Now they are just reduce OC. It's garbage, but it is what it is. So for now, we take the Terminators, and we'll see what we feel about them by the end. So, full list. Terminator, Sorcerer in armor, or Sorcerer and Terminator armor, Vastor, 2 Warpsmiths. No normal battle line, but we get battle line from Thousand Suns. Chaos Rhino, Chaos Spawn, 1 squad. Chaos Terminator squad to go with the Terminator Sorcerer Lord. Actually, let me look at the upgrade costs real quick. For 70 points, yeah, I can't get anything of benefit. Soul Harvester would be cool to throw on the Terminator, because then he'd actually be close range enough to potentially trigger soul harvesting. But then I just don't have points after that because it's 70. That would take 70 down to 55. The reality is I do need to get at least one Chaos Cultist squad, I think, at that point. Because if it goes down to 55 from soul harvesting on the leader, rather than having the Chaos spawn, I would much rather have a single squad of Chaos Cultists to use as like a screen or a forward deploy. Because Cultists get that right now, right? We still get the forward deploy on them. And those little guys. Legionaries, Warpsmiths, Felgor Beastmen, Chaos Spawn, Hellbrutes, Forge Fiends, Helldrakes, Chaos Terminator Squad, Rhino. Yeah. Cultist Mob. They do not get Scout anymore. At the end of your command phase, the unit is within range of objective markers. But they do get sticky. Honestly, that is going to be important. I do think we have to pick up one squad for cults. I do have a cultist squad in the kill team stuff I could just use for now. Maybe I'll just do that. Delete unit. Add cultists. Boop. Cultist mob. Cool. What benefits do they get? Because I would replace... Oh, they don't. They have to just be equipped with what they get, which is auto pistols, brutal assault weapons. I'm planning on replacing them with Ash Waste Nomads. Like, I'll have a... I need to order like 2 Ash Waste Nomad squads to make 2 cultist squads, because I'm planning on possibly using cultist squads for Thousand Suns as well. Maybe, honestly, just one, because I think I'm just going to use Zangors in the Thousand Sun side, because cultists are not battle line for Thousand Suns. They are for Chaos Space Marines. So I might only need the one, if I'm really thinking about it. This does leave me with enough points to go to the Sorcerer Terminator and go to Soul Harvester. I'm pretty sure is the thing I actually wanted to put on it. Because the only other thing I could get is Forge's Blessing and Tempting Addendum. Although, no, I already have Tempting Addendum active. Where's page 100? Forge's Blessing is Feel No Pain. That's useless to me. Each time an enemy unit within 12 inches of the bearer is destroyed, roll 1d6. Yeah, so this is just bring the Terminator down close to the front line of the combat. Just poof, on the ground. And then he's doing missions, increasing the AP that enemies get when shot. And yeah. And then anything that dies near him, I just roll a dice to see if I get an extra CP, which CP is important. I'm really starting to notice that. Most people try to at least take one path of CP gain, which in Chaos, I believe the Chaos Lord is the core of that, but it's only really for his squad that it gets help, which usually Terminator Lord with a Terminator squad, depending on what you're playing, could be good, but that's not the case here. We're not getting that here. I like this list. I like it. I can run it right now. Oh, actually, I can run it after we get Vashdor together, and then we're good. But yeah, so Sorcerer, Terminator Armor, Soul Harvester, Vashdor, 2 Warpsmiths. 1 Warpsmith is my Warlord for whatever purpose that serves. Specifically the one with Tempting Addendum. Although I could probably move it to the one without Tempting Addendum. Cultist Mob, Chaos Rhino, Chaos Terminator Squad, 2 Felgor Beastmen squads, Forge Fiend, Hellbrute, Helldrake, 2 Rubric Marines. Not completely leaning into the Demon Engine side of things, but leaning into it enough that honestly I kind of like it. Hellbrutes on a front line. Vashdor comes in to support them. The Helldrake sits back and waits for something to move too far forward that it wants to kill, and then it just goes for it. Yeah. Vashdor maybe appears that turn within range of the Helldrake to do horrible things with the increases to its ability and weapon strength. Oh my god. Dude, this is the list. This is the list for me. I can use the Felgor as either a scout move pocket of forward positioned units to prevent enemies from infiltrating near me. Or, nah, well, infiltrate happens before scout. So infiltrate actually counters scout pretty well. Oh no, they don't scout. Where did I see that they scouted? Either way, they're a 6-inch moving potential sit in buildings and prevent enemies from moving past them style unit. I gotta get moving. It's good, we got the codex today. Super happy about that. Super sad that we decided to just glue the plasma cannons on, but it is what it is. Honestly, there was no other way. Let me get these out of here. If the plasma cannons were shorter range than the autocannons, I might have debated the autocannons and actually trying to properly magnetize this, but since they don't, we'll just triple plasma. I don't know what we're doing. Actually, no, I do. Vashdor should be here tomorrow or Wednesday, hopefully, at the latest. And then we will put him together on Thursday, and we will start the paint jobs on that probably Friday or Thursday, depending on how long it takes. I have to count some comic books and see what I have. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking. Thanks for chilling. I'm already writing a script for the next How to Kill Team video. Hopefully I can start piecing that together and get it together for maybe late next week. Maybe. Till then. Later, guys.